Hello there, ladies, gentlemen, and unicorns. Welcome to this super chill Pixel Prophecy stream from your good old pal Pixel Prophecy. So it is super hot outside, but I found a way to cool off, and that is switch the background light from yellow to blue. And I have to say, it's not working at all. My God, is this hot? Hang on. Hello everyone, I just wanted to make a little joke, but sitting here for the past 30 seconds was already too much. My God, it's the heat wave, man-made heat wave, wonderful. So hope every one of you is in some capacity not incapacitated by the heat, at least here in Europe. We're expecting, especially in France, they're expecting the hottest summer ever so far. And also here, Austria, we're not quite bordering on France. I think Switzerland is between us, but still, it's still kind of hot here and has been for the past week. So what I have instead is here, look at these ice cubes. This thing, when I made it, what was it, 20 odd minutes ago, was like this amount of ice cubes, and they all melted, but at least my water that I also mixed with coconut water is still very cool and still tastes a little bit of coconut, but yeah, the ice cubes pretty much have diluted the taste. Frank says, if kinda hot includes 37 degrees, then it's kinda hot here today. I would say anything past 30 degrees is kinda hot here. And Kersey, congratulations on your 40 stream watch streak. As always, I like to joke that even I am not as present as you are. So thank you so much, Kersey, and also thank you, Frank, for being this stalwart. Is that the right word? This trustworthy is a complete wrong word. Yeah, I'm struggling a little bit with the English language because this week I didn't talk a lot in English or read a lot of English. So I need to get into the, what's it called, the groove. So hope you can work with this. Kirsty says, avoiding the heat wave here in California, watching my favorite unicorns. Oh, how hot is it in California right now? I can only imagine it's close to wildfire hot again. And Disease is also here. Good evening, Disease. I hope you're a little bit cooler than we are here in good old Austria. And non-inclined to change, says Frank. Yeah, that's a wonderful way of putting it to the people who drop by every weekend. Unless, of course, I'm not streaming as I wasn't last weekend because family matters and everything. So I'm glad that I can make it today. And God, I'm just clinging onto my ice cube water for dear life because it is so hot. So yes, like I said, today is hopefully the visuals are a little bit cooler than they usually are. I was a little bit surprised when I switched the backlight from yellow to blue because it looks like I'm in an ice cave. It certainly doesn't feel like it for the most part, but if it helps you feel psychologically feel a little bit cooler, then it's all worth it. So hopefully, yeah, the blue light is cooler. I mean, it was a good plan, but I realized that despite having it switched on blue, it is still as hot as when I switched it to any other color. So that's science for you. Viridian Games is also here. I bought some freeze pops. No idea what freeze pops are these little popsicles. This water ice, as we call it in Austria. That is a good idea. We don't have much room in our freezer for any of that because we got the boring stuff in there, vegetables, and I think grapes and all kinds of berries. And yeah, what is actually hogging up most of it is ice cubes now. So I've emptied one entire ice cube container that we have into this glass, and you can see it's almost gone. So this is why we have like 4 or no, it must be more. At least five sets of ice cubes ready. Well, usually it's like when you feel like you have that many ice cube trays ready, then you use them up all. And then you have to make new ones. And then you feel like, you know what, I'm going to step outside with a cool drink. And yeah, it takes a couple of hours for ice cubes to form. I've realized. So thank you again, science, for this insight. Okay, around 19 degrees centigrade, says Kersey, where I live, I assume that is air conditioned. Because this is something that I realized when I visited the US, is there's air conditioning everywhere, and we stodgy Europeans think, yeah, we're not using air conditioning. It makes our buildings look ugly. So it's not so easy, from what I've heard, to make air conditioning look seamless or good, especially when you have the old brick buildings in urban environments and so on. But I mean, come on, after all, it's especially summers aren't getting any cooler, and I have the entire window open, and yeah, the stale air from the outside is completely unaffected by the stale air on the inside. So I mean, I could have this window, I could have closed it anyway. Hopefully it's getting cooler. But DC says, oof, you guys in Central and Southern Europe are melting, only 25 degrees here in Finland. That is the cool thing about Finland. I've heard horror stories about the Finnish weather, which means in the winter, when your breath isn't or your nostrils aren't freezing together after 2 minutes when you're outside, it's not really called winter. But of course, in the summers, I mean, 25 degrees Celsius, that is pretty chill in many respects. Then again, what I've heard from the northern countries is so many mosquitoes, because yeah, they have very favorable environments for to lay their eggs and to breed. So I'm a little bit afraid of planning a vacation to Finland in summer, where I feel like, yeah, it's gonna be cool, and then just mosquitoes eat me alive. Frozen berries sound nice for cooling down too. Yes, that is one of the many tricks that we came across, is frozen berries, indeed, or frozen grapes in the summertime. If you're into grapes, that's really helps. Or if you don't have any grapes, just sucking on ice cubes also does the trick. Or just putting them somewhere and, like I do, just clinging on there. What my grandpa always did was have cool water run down on the inside of your arms around here, because this is where the blood flow is, and if you do this for half a minute or a minute, it cools down the metabolism, or at least this is what he told me. I mean, who knows? Commander Stitch is also here. I'm also writing Veilift Institute Chapter 7. My god, how many chapters have you planned for this book? It's the second book in your Veilift series. Is this correct? And Kersey says 19 degrees outdoors via weather app. Oh, okay, 19 degrees. Well, that's not too bad, because today, for comparison, we had 33 degrees, at least when I was driving. This is what my car reported, and I thought, yeah, I'm not gonna step outside. The thing also here with our house is we also do not have any air condition, because when during construction they said, no, that is stupid, this costs so much more and you will have mold everywhere because something water and condensation. So we said, well, you're the builder, you know things, so we trust you. Yeah, and now we're sitting here with all the windows open and just switching on the blue light in the hopes that it cools us down. So one thing that we did that actually, well, for the most part works, at least for a certain amount of time, is that you air the entire house when it's cold. So as soon as the sun has somewhat set, we just open all the windows and keep them open until we go to bed. And hopefully by then, everything has cooled off in the house, and then we shut everything down, even down the window blinds, everything. We just shut ourselves in where it's still cool, and of course it gets hot, but it's no comparison to what's on the outside. So this is how we try to stay cool during these days. What does not help is, of course, if you have a beefy computer and you do beefy things on it, and so which brings us a little bit segues us into today's program. And I thought, yeah, to cool down, let's do some retro games. Let's play some old DOS games, hopefully winter-themed DOS games, because the idea is that my computer doesn't have to strain as much. Right now, the cores are clocking in at 63 degrees centigrade, which is good. So you don't want to have them go over 90 degrees. So that's at least the plan for today. Venereal Disease says, Helsinki thankfully is quite windy, so the little monsters don't last long. Oh yes, wind, the natural enemy of mosquitoes. Frank says, I have one of those plant misters here. Spraying a fine mist of water in my face does feel helpful. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried because I don't want it to become too humid, because I've had this idea when I was living on campus in my wild student days, where I put a wet towel on top of a ventilator, of a fan. Ventilator is the German word for fan. And I thought, oh, it's cool. It's slightly moist. This feels so helpful. But of course, at some point, it was just humid everywhere. And then when it's humid and hot, it's double. So this is why I'm a little bit afraid of having any sort of open water here that could change the humidity. Especially with electronics and computers, I'm a little bit worried about this. Commander Stitch says probably 25 chapters in the book, but I don't know, we'll see. And it is the second book in the series. So once you have 2 books in a series, you have to write at least a third, because then you can say it's a trilogy. And if that goes well, you just write another set of 3 and then have 3 sets of 3, as you do, I've heard. Frank says, I haven't started my game PC in several days for a reason. Yeah, I also been playing a retro game here on this machine. The thing is, the game that I've been playing, it's from 2001, and it's not too well optimized, I fear. I'm playing it in the resolution that was common back then. That was 1024 by 768 pixels, so really not that small. But this machine really gets loud and hot and can't even maintain the frame rate. So whatever they did, apparently today emulation something is eating everything up. So, and the idea was to play it on the notebook. Yeah, doesn't really help. Time to repurpose the computer fans to cool the house instead of the PC, says Disease. Not a bad idea. Kirsty says, boil water on your PC to run a steam turbine and generate power. Yes. And with this power, I could power a cooling system inside my PC. No, because then it won't run hot anymore, so it won't power the turbine. But then it would run again. Oh god, this sounds like a John Blow game. A Viridian Game says the Glenn Cook strategy of book writing. Oh, the 3 sets of 3. Oh yeah, talking about books. Right. I have a book recommendation. So this one you probably have shown you, the Game Engine Black Book on Wolfenstein 3D by Fabien, there it is, Sanglar. This book goes into the details of the engine and everything that surrounded it of, yes, you guessed it, Wolfenstein 3D. Also with what was the hardware situation back then? How did RAM work, or VGA or EGA graphics adapters? What were the development systems, and so on. So what software did they use to write this? How did the raycasting work, and so on? So essentially this is also with lots and lots of illustrative pictures there, and lots of source code and so on for Wolfenstein 3D. Fabien wrote another book that is right there, you can't see it, that is the same book on Steam. And now someone the name is Buzz Smits, copied the format of the book for something that looks vaguely familiar. So this is the Game Engine White Papers to Commander Keen. Again, another id game that has its source code relieved. I wanted to say relieved, then I said released, and I thought I had said anyway. source code is out there. And so when you go through this, it looks, like I said, the format is very close to the other books, especially the layout, because this was the black books here were set in LaTeX and they are on GitHub. So apparently it's not a big deal to more or less copy the format for it. And again, it reads like it's part of the exact same series. And I feel like this is another trilogy that is now completed, albeit from two different authors. Because when you look at the spines of these books, the Wolfenstein says it's for the 386. Doom is for the 486, and of course Commander Keen is for the 286. So again, I feel like it's kind of neat that some other author essentially did the same work that Fabienne Sanglar did, and more or less completed the series. So yeah, this I finished today, and maybe some of you remember my pet project from last year where I was doing a DOS game in Pascal. And I had so many problems with it. And reading this book really enlightened me about, far pointer, near pointer, real mode, protected mode, all these things, different memory segments. Cheers, by the way. This was the reason why the performance was just so horrible. Because instead of allocating on the heap, I tried to use different segments and didn't quite rely on the memory management that was given to me. Anyway, it was super slow and all over the place, and especially with Pascal I had a hard time optimizing things. So yeah, this is written in C, so if you're into that, might be an interesting book for you. Open source typesetting. Yes, as far as I know, if you're interested in this, the book, the manuscript to the book is on GitHub and is free. It's by Bas Smits, or Smits, a Dutch person, as far as I know. And yes, the book is print on demand from the good old Jeff Bezos' Big A, the Big A-hole shop, because I couldn't get it anywhere else. So the Fabienne Sanglar books, I think he printed them elsewhere. And oh god, do you see how this book looks? Yeah, the cover is, I mean, it's not glossy like this one. So it has this silky, velvety feel to it. And because I've been lugging this around for so many years, and always looking inside it, yeah, it's a little bit dirty, but in the good way. Right. Then let me switch over to my beautiful desktop. Yeah, it's beautiful because I had to reset up my device. By reset, I mean it's not a full Windows reinstall. As many of you long-time viewers know, how I do it is when I first get my computer, I set up Windows, set up all the software that I need, customize every individual program so that it is how I want it to be, and then I make an entire image of the system. And whenever I install new software, or the plan was every other month, I reinstall this image, update everything, uninstall the programs that I don't need, install the programs that I do need, do all the patching and software updates for all the programs, and then make an image off of that. So essentially, so that I start with a relatively pristine computer every 2 months. At least this is the plan. Usually it means that this runs for 6 months or sometimes even longer. So we're here in June, and yes, the last time I did this was in January. The reason for this being is After Effects. My god, I had to work with After Effects, and you know my tendency towards bashing on Adobe, but this time it was really deserved because it was crashing like constantly. I had to do something for work, so it was mandatory to do this in After Effects. And After Effects in an 8-hour-long shift, it crashed on me, I shit you not, like 30 times. And all the time with different error messages, and something like super cryptic, like go-kart or blit pipe or something, where I can feel, okay, blit pipe probably has something to do with rendering. I have no idea what they mean with go-kart. Maybe they're running Photoshop on top of emulated Mario Kart, I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, and I thought maybe it's all the Windows updates and everything else. So what I did was pristine reinstall, update everything, update all the chipset drivers to my motherboard, flash the BIOS on my motherboard, update new graphics drivers, and I haven't started After Effects since then. So all is good, but it feels a little bit snappier, and this is also the reason why my desktop is a little bit less cluttered than it usually is. Frank says, I last reinstalled my laptop, which is my main computer, in November 2008. I'm so happy that apparently this works for you, Frank. Because for me, I mean, with this system, of course, this is from 2024. So I installed it once and have since made like 6 or 7 of these incremental backups. Yes, for those who are interested in how this goes, I have here two documents that line out what is needed whenever I do a setup or a reset up. For example, where it says here, there we can go. Okay, deactivate all the programs that need to be activated and deactivated online, because when I activate this program, then do a fresh reinstall with the program unactivated, it's a problem. And yeah, so over the years or the month, I collect these things that I need to change, and once this happens, so okay, here is my computer is update 07 that I did, and so that I can trace back what I have installed in which version. Maybe there is a security incident with some versions. So this is why I always write this down. So the last update before that was on January 16th, 2026. So yeah, and everything here is just like I have it here, like where it says Windows settings, app permissions, music library, turn all off. So this is the verbosity, the amount of text that I produce, just to make sure that I always know in what state my system is. So hopefully this helps any of you. Okay. Christy, what? The hardware. Okay, the hardware is from 2020, but I assume you're not running Windows then, because that wouldn't work. Chris says, good quality laptop, mine don't last long. Yeah, laptops is a whole different thing. I've heard from many people that at some point the glue just comes off and components start just disintegrating. Also, make sure to stay hydrated, especially in days like today. Frank says, but that's not relevant. I can copy the install over. That's the thing. Although one time I just moved the SSD over. That is so cool that you can do this. I tried this once with a Windows install when I had entirely new hardware, and I think it was Windows 98. It didn't work. It is indeed not Windows. That, I think, those are the magic words that for most of my problems probably would go away when I'm not running Windows. So yeah. Anyway, so today, also one thing that I've realized, Frank, you said that the stream was very choppy and laggy. The reason for this was I installed Frostpunk, or I downloaded Frostpunk and and it was downloading while I started the stream, and then I realized it probably won't finish until the stream starts. So yeah, this is why I'm launching the launch box instead, and thought it's probably better to run indie games, like I said. So I've looked into games that start with winter, and most of them are just winter Olympic games or winter games. So I think some we've already played, but there are games that we haven't played. For example, I think we played the Games Winter Edition. Oh, I don't think that we have played the Games Winter Edition from Epix. We played this one here. This actually very, very good looking, that it was also called Games Winter Challenge. Because I think the Games Winter Edition, that is from Epix, who also gave us Winter Games, and I think it looks not as pretty as it does on the Commodore 64. Reading Game says, Red Alert is set in Russia, and it's always winter in Russia. Well, maybe we can play Red Alert, because you know what? Let's play a Red Alert skirmish. on a winter map against the computer. It's something that that is part of my guilty pleasures. Is just I boot up good old Command and Conquer ever so often and just enjoy, yeah, the good old real-time strategy games from well, it's not games, mechanics from the 90s, because they are just so pure and simple, especially compared to what was it? Warcraft came to be. So let's call this Command and Conquer Red Alert. Yeah, it's Command and Conquer Remastered. That's what I'm playing. Frank says, in hindsight, I regret that 2008 install. Oh no, that was because my previous install was 32-bit and that needed to change. And I only figured out later that I could just have converted the install. Oh, so you could have just gone with an earlier install then. Kirsty says, winter in June, cosplaying as Australians today. All right, mate. When I'm trying to do a Australian accent, it never goes well. So this is why I say mate and crikey, and that's all I gotta say. So I think because I listen to podcasts next to it, let's enjoy here some good music and sound effects while we play. And Frank says, I did such a conversion once on a remote server. Later on that got easier, but it still worked. So if you didn't have to do your reinstall in 2008 and you could have transitioned your first install, then from when would this be? Frank says, my home directory did move across, of course, hence my Firefox profile being from 2005 at the latest. I mean, having such a Firefox profile with a certain vintage, I mean, you should make an NFT out of it, bro. Probably gonna make a lot of money, bro. Commander Stitch says, hey, it's Red Alert. I played this back when it came out. It was amazing. Me too. I still have, I bought this kind of special edition or something that came out because in Austria you only could buy the localized version, and because something violence, it was set in an alternate future where instead of soldiers, everything was robots. So when you drive over infantry, it doesn't make this sound. Even my knuckles don't crack. So it made some tin cans getting crushed sound, and it was everything was called, I think, infantry bot and farm bot or something. So once, when with my family we vacationed in Ireland, and there in some store in Dublin, I managed to get the special edition of Command & Conquer Red Alert with a soundtrack on CD, with a t-shirt. I still got the t-shirt. Oh, Kirsty, you also got an old Firefox profile. That's neat. And Frank says it would have been 2005, I think. Before that, I still ran Linux, but on an iBook, and fully changed CPU architecture in place is a lot trickier than a mere 32 to 64 bit conversion where the CPU can run either. I can assume it's like, yeah, this was made for the Commodore 64. It probably won't run on a Motorola chip for the Amiga right away, at least. Okay, good. I say let's do a skirmish, and I always do my skirmish games against computer components. And you know what? Let's play against hard enemies, and let's just fill the roster. And I'm also changing here the alignment, because in Red Alert you could either play as Soviet powers or as Allied, and I usually just randomize this. So my goal for this is, of course, to win against all the computer enemies and uncover the map entirely. And to uncover the map, this means usually you need to have a certain building that allows you to uncover this. But when you play as a Soviet, you do not have this. So, but we will get into this. I mean, look at this. This one here is called Siberian Slaughter, and the climate is snow. So I think it might make sense that we play this. The Reading Game says, have you not seen the Command & Conquer conversion for the Atari ST? No, I have not. There is such thing? My God. By the way, if any of you, should any of you own this version of Command & Conquer, this is something that I think I've mentioned before. When you browse the local files in Steam, there we go. There is a folder there that is still there that's called source code. And yes, it is the C++ source to Command & Conquer, to Command & Conquer Red Alert, and to the map editor. So if you're into this, you can look up the source code, and it is surprisingly well commented. It says here, yeah, the source code is copyright 2020 by Electronic Arts, but here the header, the original header is from 97, and this one here says start date 93, and the last update was 96 by Joe L. Bostic, apparently. So again, I always feel like with game developers that they have this rockstar image, not rockstar games, but like, yeah, whatever, just make games and rock and roll, bro. But which means they don't care how their source code looks. And maybe this is true for some smaller games, but I mean, here they have all their functions properly documented like this. So I feel like even here with a history, what has changed and so on. So I would say this is a very legible source code. I mean, just the amount of comments everywhere. Again, it's really something. If you're into this kind of books, I think this source code might demand or might not require, but let's say facilitate another of these books. Again, I find this kind of cool. Frank says, if it was today, I'd try, of course. Okay, that I forgot, or I dropped the context on this one. Also, back then I didn't have a multi-decade install streak to protect. I mean, of course, yeah, at a certain point, it's like when you have, I don't know, a Lego brick in your wallet, like I did. At first, just for fun. And after 5 years, when I got a new wallet, you know what? I think I will take this Lego brick with it. And it survived for over 20 years in my wallet. Then I lost it. Don't know where or when this happened, but that was a very sad day. And it was completely pointless, but it's suddenly you grow attached to things. And I don't know what the cutoff point is where you grow attached to it. And Percy asks, is code just for fun, or does the remaster use the OG code? And RLP Lego brick. I think I'm not quite sure, but I think they just made a wrapper because you can still switch back and forth, and it plays, from what I know, exactly the same, but with additional convenience features on top of it. But I think to a certain extent it runs the original code because it still is there, so they didn't have to recreate it or just time how long units move. So even the ore collectors behave as stupidly as they did. So I'm yellow, I'm Pixel Prophecy, and I'm starting here off as Germany in the corner, which means yeah, it's even against hard enemies, this probably should be doable. Quote me on that when I get overrun by the computer. So first thing is that I move out and make a little bit of room here.
Building.
And probably it probably escaped into a parking meter. The Lego brick, you mean? it might have. So first thing that I do when I'm playing, again, this is against computer enemies, and they are very I feel like they follow always more or less the same strategies, so it's not too hard to win against them, even when they are set too hard. So the first thing that I do is scout here a little bit of the terrain and first make sure that I got here my barracks so that I can produce 5 Rocketeers and also uncover some of the ore fields here. For those who don't know, ore is the resource. This is what's up here on the upper right that trickles down or ticks down. This is essentially just a currency, or yeah, the only resource. In other RTS games, you have multiple resources like gold and wood and steel, but here it's just the amount of ore that you have, and everything takes time. And to collect ore, you need this refinery, and it has here this harvester, this ore collector. And oh, maybe the other resource that you have here is this one here. This is power. So buildings take up power, and depending on what building, some take up more or use more power than others. So this is the reason why my build structure is to first, yeah, build, make sure that I got the electricity down. And oh, look at this, there is already one of the computer enemies there. So it might not take long for them to attack me at some point. So, and I haven't produced any more units, so maybe I want to do this, but first I want to finish here the weapons factory, because this allows me to produce tanks and more importantly another harvester, because again it's about resources. This game is about resources.
Yes, sir.
So here in this ore you can see that those are crystals, and they do not grow back. Oh, there's
Yes, sir.
look at this. There's a random box, and they have a random effect. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's, in this case, the unit speed was upgraded. In other cases it could even be trapped and it just explodes everything that moves into it.
Yes, sir.
So in our case it's not too bad if I have here this
Yes, sir.
vehicle here that is super fast, so I can just move in, shoot at the enemies, and then move back out.
Affirmative.
And okay, so we've already attracted some enemies, but this building here, this is a bunker which is very good against infantry. So hopefully they just run here to their doom. That's good. So I got, let's build an ore truck and one artillery, because artillery is also very good against infantry. Right, so what else should we build? I built a service depot that allows you to repair units, at least driving units like tanks. So this is what I do for now. You've noticed that I haven't built a radar which unlocks the minimap, because I feel I'm pretty well know what my competitors are currently, so I do not actually need this here. I got this under control.
Yes, sir.
So again, move back here and build here my
Vehicle reporting. Knowledge.
So okay, now let's go into the offense.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
So okay, this tank here against my my bunker is not the best.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting orders. Acknowledged.
But okay, the enemy is already trying to do some small scale attacks, and this one bunker here
Yes, sir.
is not good against any sort of vehicles.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Oh no, do you see this? This is an engineer, an enemy engineer, which is capable of overtaking your buildings. Oh no, why? What? Come back here. Damn it. Almost lost here my units because they just kept going there. So let's repair what I got. Make sure that no one is attacking me from above. That's good. So, okay, now I'm going to build the radar dome because I need it
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
to build air units, and usually this is my strategy, just to overpower the enemies with air units. Affirmative, says Commander Stitch. Yeah, those enemy barks or response sound bites, they have been
Yes, sir.
big part of my childhood, I think, because again, I played this game so much back in the day. So what I can build now is a tech center, and I think I've mentioned before that one of my goals is to uncover the entire map, and this tech center has this fancy tech that is called a GPS satellite, which means it uncovers the entire map. It only costs lots of money or lots of resources here, and takes a while to take effect.
Vehicle reporting.
So this is why for now I want to fortify my base a little bit.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
So Yeah, with 2 harvesters, I think I should be fine. And I'm going to build here my... Yeah, let's put it here. This tech center, that one is pretty vulnerable. So I want to make sure that
Construction complete.
I defend it somewhat. So I put here another pillbox. Again, very good against infantry. And put another turret there. And then I probably need another building. By the way, you can switch back and forth between the new graphics and the old graphics. Let's zoom in by just hitting space. So this is how it looked in good old DOS. And it also relatively played the same. And again, it's when you switch back and forth, it really looks like how you remember it looking back then. But again, these graphics have been redrawn in glorious 4K. So, right, we need power. We do need power.
Acknowledged.
And so, while our GPS satellite is charging, you can see it takes a while. It's not that long, but it still takes a while. So we can build, yeah, let's build another power plant because we're gonna need it sooner or later. By the way, cheers.
Construction complete.
Ah, so cool.
Building.
And I'm gonna build a missile silo because then I can launch nuclear strikes on my enemies, which is just a big area of effect attack that again has to charge for a couple of minutes. So the enemy here is getting a little bit restless, and I fear that any minute now they're gonna launch an attack. So maybe I produce some more tanks for this, because it's not gonna be pretty when they attack, because usually they attack with a couple of tanks and I don't think I can take them down easily. So should they attack, it's gonna be ugly for me.
Unit ready. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
The ravens outside cry. That's ominous.
Construction complete.
Just realized in the background I still have my music playing.
Unit ready. Building.
And also the game's music is playing, so I'm sorry if you had to listen to a cacophony right now. If you're watching this on stream, on the VOD, I should have fixed this. At least that's the plan. So, okay, the first enemy attack, this was just a little sting operation. We've averted this. And also our missile silo is complete, so which means I'm set to start my air superiority mission. Again, I'm a little bit worried that the enemy no enemy has launched an attack on me so far. That's unusual.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
But I mean, we started here off on a pretty good map, because I have here lots of resources and only two points to defend myself against any like I said, stings or attacks from these parts, so it should be good. So I'm starting here now my
Affirmative.
Like I said, my air force, which will consist here of... Oh, look at this. Now this is the GPS satellite. Okay, so here the enemy harvesters are harvesting also here my resources. I cannot have this.
Reporting.
So I'm starting now to attack some of these. Frank says, going into half lurking, I think have fun in case I'm too quiet. All good, Frank. Thank you so much for dropping by despite the heat. But your machines probably run at magnitudes better than mine.
Yes, sir.
So hopefully it's not too hot. But I get it with the gaming laptop that hasn't been launched or started. So yeah, these harvesters, they are harvesting my resources here. Oh, of course, I consider those now my resources. So you've noticed that I wasn't attacking the harvesters with any other units, but the air units. The reason for this being is that the AI, as soon as you attack with a regular unit, it will send everything it got on you. So this is why I'm doing these kinds of rather ineffective, but still yeah,
Unit prepared.
working
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
attacks here. So this one here will, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have here an attack, and my tank is almost dead. So I said, oh damn it! I wanted to send it to the depot, but didn't work. So we need a new tank.
Building.
Let's make 2 tanks
Building.
and another helipad.
Yes, sir.
And you can see this is how I build my superiority, is make sure that the resources are flowing. Like I said, this is a very easy game apparently, because you can see here what's happening on different parts of the map with computer enemies fighting each other. So yeah, this is, again, we have here a very cozy spot to start out with. So this, we're almost guaranteed to win this one. So okay, I got now 1, 2, 3
Waiting order.
helipads.
Construction.
Let's have another one, 5, and with 5, let's make another one. I can attack an enemy's construction yard. This means when this is gone, they cannot produce any new buildings. They can just use the buildings that they currently have, which means they can't build any air defense against my choppers here. So there we go. See, they have some rocket soldiers here because they are effective against here my air.
Unit lost.
But yeah, I think we should be good
Base is under attack.
against these types. Let's repair. Oh damn it!
Reporting.
Someone's attacking from this angle.
Acknowledge.
And this one, yeah, this is pretty open there. I need to put in some defense as well.
Construction complete.
Let's do it here, so that this one soldier here, you see the amount of damage they managed to do.
Reporting. Affirmative.
I'm going to repair
Reporting.
this chopper. So yeah, we don't have to worry about money, really. This is rarely the case with most Command and Conquer maps. Again, we were just lucky here with the starting position, because here on the mini-map you can see this is our ore, and there is not much resources left for all the other computer enemies. So this is why there's lots of fighting going on, while we again have it very cozy here.
Waiting
Unit
orders.
lost.
I'm always a little bit too late to save my units, apparently.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Waiting order. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Building.
So here we get another harvester,
Yes, sir.
because now the computer enemy of
Vehicle reporting.
because they don't have any other ways to get to resources, they're driving straight through my base, which means that my units are going to attack their units, which makes the enemy send all the units that they have available against my units.
Affirmative.
So right now we're doing pretty well. Like I said, this is very easy.
Affirmative.
Repairing.
So the missile silo took some damage, but
sir.
overall we should be fine. There was the harvester from the red enemy from this one, so there's not a lot that they can do.
Unit
So right, like I said, construction yard, which means they cannot build air defense,
Yes, sir.
which means this is, with my air force, the first thing that I take out of all enemies. And now my atom bomb is ready, and it's not as effectual as you would think, but at least it takes care of all sorts of infantry at once and damages some buildings. And I'm just looking over all the computer enemies that I have, and just want to see which ones probably benefit the most from being
Affirmative.
select target.
bombarded. So you know what,
Is under attack.
they got lots of
Needed.
power plants here, so let's drop the bomb here.
Detected.
Also, the bomb is only, as you can see here, does not affect any air units. So while they still got some rockets left, I attack this enemy's weapons factory, and there we go. So there the blue harvesters are harvesting up here. Maybe I should do something about this enemy here. So, Kersey says, you're hogging all that ore for them. All the AIs must be so ornery. Probably, yeah. It's either them or me. That one's for you, Kersey. Your one was better.
Yes, sir.
So, to take out the enemies is to... the enemy usually will give up when you take out all their buildings that can produce offensive units. Like these barracks here and the weapons factory. So barracks produce infantry, weapons factory produces
Vehicle reporting.
vehicles, like this artillery here. So, did I lose a unit already? No, I did not.
Yes, sir.
So, as you can see here, these little blobs mean this is the amount of rockets they carry.
Acknowledged.
So, yeah, the blue enemy is really annoying me, so I'm going to take them down.
Is under attack. Repairing. Silos needed. Unit lost. Repair.
Oh wow, their artillery obliterated my artillery with one hit. Okay, let's see if this one pillbox can actually do something about what's happening here. But apparently, I mean, I'm repairing it, which also takes time and resources. But it worked. It did quite well.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
And now I can continue what I've been doing, that is taking out the blue base. So the only problem here are the Rocketeers, because they're pretty strong against my air units. So I've already lost
Silos needed.
one helicopter, but you know what? I can just make 10 helicopters because we got all the resources for it. Cheers, by the way.
Unit ready. Building. Primary building selected.
So now we have full count, and this is the last offensive unit here of the blue enemy.
Building.
So this one
Is
is
under attack.
this one will surrender pretty quickly after this. I think we might lose here this other.
Building.
No, barely, but it made it.
Repair.
So we can repair it first,
Reporting. Knowledge.
and then
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
restock it.
Building.
You can see now that I have more helicopters than I have helipads. This means they cannot stock up on rockets.
Ready. Building.
So see here, the blue enemy just surrendered, so I don't have to worry about sharing my resources with them.
Repair.
So the next enemy that might be problematic here is the green one.
Building.
So I'm going to select all my air units and just go after their construction yard. So yeah, again, I'm playing against enemies on hard, so it's not really hard.
Unit ready.
Yeah, surrender is brutal. I don't know how you can do this as a player, so that because they're selling all their structures at once and then just yeah, giving up, essentially killing all the units at once. It feels a bit like with lemmings. So still got some rockets left, and now they sold their building before I was able to destroy it, which means they still get half the resources that they spent on it, which means, yeah, now they're going to repair the two structures that are left. So here now, like I said, I have much more helicopters than I have helipads.
Reporting.
So need to make room.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir.
Can someone please attack, or yeah, just drive over
Waiting orders.
the infantry? Good.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting.
So selecting all my units and
Prepared.
When do I have the next atom bomb? You know what?
Affirmative.
Let's spare let's spare them the atom bomb
Reporting.
and just do this the regular way, which is not really that more humane. So here comes the helicopter fleet,
Waiting order. Affirmative.
and I might lose 1 or 2 helicopters, but I mean at this point I'm already unstoppable. So and now we all we have to do is wait for the green
Bomb ready.
enemy to surrender as well, which can only take a couple of minutes or probably seconds. My ice cubes are completely gone. So let's watch. Of course, if I've missed to, there we go. Okay.
Silence needed.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. So our next target, who's gonna volunteer? How about this one? Let's drop here the bomb,
A-bomb
Reporting.
prepping.
and while it's en route, I already, there we go,
Waiting order. Affirmative.
have the helicopters, or at least those that have restocked.
Silos needed.
It says silos needed because our harvesters are still harvesting resources that we cannot put to use because we have no place to put them,
Unit lost.
which I'm not really worried about at this point because we're gonna win this anyway. So this enemy will surrender. So I can, you know what, I can just stop my harvesters here because, like I said, I do not need the resources that much. I mean, maybe some for repairing or
Yes, sir.
ordering some more helicopters, but by now, even with the few helicopters that
Reporting. Affirmative.
are taken down, it should not be a problem. It just takes time, as you can see here, to have them all repaired
Sir. Affirmative. Yes,
and
sir. Affirmative.
re-ammunitioned.
Silos needed.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting orders. Affirmative.
So this is a little bit of busy work. So I feel like Command & Conquer is a very minimalist RTS, in the sense that you don't have that many resources, and one important resource is your attention span as a user. For example, there is one unit that's an infantry unit that is super strong against other infantry, but you have to manage it. So this unit is called Tanya,
Affirmative.
which is some sort of super war hero, but you have to direct her shots for every other enemy, which means it's super strong, but you cannot manage your army on other fronts.
Unit prepared.
So again, this is, yes, you have one strong unit, but it requires your entire attention. And of course, if you do this in a multiplayer game, usually many people are trying to attack you from many angles. So having to manage one unit, because it's a very expensive unit, and so you don't want to lose your Tanya. So yeah, again, I find this an interesting trade-off.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes,
Also
sir.
here, it takes lots of attention, relatively speaking, for RTS games at least, to make sure that here all my helicopters are stocked. So this one can only be a matter of seconds. There we go. This one I keep for last because it's the simplest. And this enemy here, they don't have many units here because their harvesters have run out of resources. So this one is just scrapping together all the little crumbs that it can find. So I don't expect lots of opposition here.
Affirmative.
So I think when you play on hard, sometimes the computer enemy gets certain cheats, like they get a little bit of resources when you take down their building, even if they're not selling the building. So this is why they, now they were able to sell off their building. But still, when their construction yard exploded, it still gave them some resources that they could build units. So again, it's a little bit unfair, but then again, yeah, their harvesters aren't doing anything. So yeah, it's kind of fair. I'm still better than them.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
So this one
Vehicle affirmative.
is stocked.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
These
Repairing.
ones still need to be stocked, and this one needs to be repaired.
Unit repaired.
Awaiting orders.
And we're good to go.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
And see, we still got 1,000 ore of the 2,000. What is it? Yes, 2,000 capacity that we have. So this ore refinery, you can see here from the amount of squares here, tells us how much, to what extent it is still filled.
Awaiting orders.
So this is the last offensive building of this enemy. There's one rocket soldier shooting at us, but yeah, they've given up. And hey, I think we still got some ammunition left. So why not attack this building here for what it's worth? There we go. So I don't need all these
Awaiting order. Acknowledged.
vehicles here, but yeah. I mean, I could sell them off one by one, but yeah, at this point, I'm not even bothering.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting.
Oh, look, there's another chest. Let's see what's inside.
Unit speed.
Oh, it's the same thing that is helpful actually for these harvesters when they're relatively fast.
Awaiting order. Acknowledged.
But
Yes, sir.
these random chests, like I said, they appear randomly. They can appear wherever on the map. And this is something that you can toggle on or off. And you never know for how long they will stay there. So if you spot one, you try to find the closest unit and just send it over ASAP in the hopes that it's money or another unit. And of course, worst case is that it just explodes and takes the unit with it.
Select target.
Yes, sir.
Payload.
Acknowledged.
Or even worse is that it fills everything up with fog of war again, so that the entire where no unit of yours is standing, that the entire map is black again, which is, I think, the worst.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
So, a Viridian Game says, I remember reading a story about a player running over a chest with an APC, and it was a stealth chest, so now he had a stealth APC. Yes, I think. I'm not quite sure if this was maybe a mod, but I know that you can have a invincible thing, like with the Iron Curtain. That is also a building that allows to have a unit that is invincible for a couple of seconds or half a minute or so. So yeah, it doesn't, because usually where the crate is rarely where the enemy is. So yeah, I have a unit that is invincible, but as soon as I get it half across the map, then yeah, it's gone. So yeah, mission accomplished. I mean, that was easy, but I hope you could chill off with some Siberian vibes here. And compared to the computer enemy, we collected 50,000 ore compared to what the others collected. So yeah, we did quite well in terms of buildings race compared to the units. So yeah. GG says, Curse. Yeah, thank you. Like I said, it wasn't that hard. It's harder actually when you play just against 2 opponents or just 3 opponents. So let's do just that, because then it means there is less infighting. So what do we have here? Look at this. We have a river rampage, and it's also a snowy map. So I will play this one, and probably this one is giving us a little bit more challenge. So we start here as Soviets again in the upper portion of the screen. You know what? I'm going to restart now, because when you're outside or not in the center of the map, then it's much easier, especially up here. So okay, so we're here as Turkey.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting.
Construction options.
Which
Building.
makes it a little bit more interesting, because we have enemies to the south and to the north. So you already know my build order. First, I'm shooing my units across the map here to explore a little bit,
Building. Training.
because here I expect a little bit more opposition. This is why I start here with a pillbox off the bat.
Training. Building.
before doing the refinery. Okay, good. So here we already got some resources that are relatively close by, even here with some crystals or diamonds or whatever, because they count, I think, double the resources that pure ore does, but they don't grow back. So this is usually what you want to go for first.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
So I got here my Rocketeers. Usually I load my Rocketeers into this APC because the APC is very strong against infantry, but when the it faces off against another tank and gets shot down, then out pop the 5 infantry, and suddenly the tank has a bad day. So this is usually my strategy for this. It's not a risk aversion per se, but it's more like, yeah, when I get attacked and I don't survive it, I still have a surprise for the enemy. It's a classic exploding corpse trick. So let's build up a war factory and see where I can expect enemies. So having these mountain ridges here, of course, helps a lot when trying to figure out from where you might get attacked.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Okay, so this here is the opening where an enemy might enter my base, which is good because strategically put is this pillbox here anyway. And the other enemies probably approach from here.
Acknowledged.
Or maybe from here. I don't recall quite the map layout.
Affirmative.
New construction options.
So let's build another ore truck and some tanks
Needed.
and a service depot.
Awaiting order. Affirmative.
And hope we're not getting overrun in the meantime.
Acknowledged.
Sen is here. Thank you so much for dropping by and subscribing. Look at this. We're playing the Command & Conquer Remastered Collection. Good evening, Phil. Sweaty greetings from Vienna. Yes, sweaty greetings right back. I joked before that I switched the lights to blue, hopefully, to be a little bit cooler. But no, they aren't. And this is the rest of my ice water, coconut water with ice cubes. And yeah, both almost gone. Ice cubes are completely gone. So have you played this game back in the day?
Unit ready.
Because for me, I feel like I'm old in a sense that, yeah, the new RTS games, the 3D ones, I tried them and they feel like they rely a big too much on special units and heroes. So this entire Dota genre really just passed me by. So yeah, this is simple, this is old school, this is clunky, this is just how I like it. I tuned in for CNC but stayed for the blue light. Oh, thank you for staying for this. Yeah, do you have any recommendations against the heat? My idea is, again, playing games that aren't too intense on your CPU. Oh, by the way, you can instruct units to shoot at any tile in the terrain by holding down control. And this is a little Easter egg that I found out, that you can shoot down trees or certain lone trees. It just takes a while. So are we being attacked? No, not yet. So what should we build? A radar dome. See, there goes the tree. Much better. You cannot shoot groups of trees, as far as I know. Okay, actually we're doing pretty well because no enemy has discovered us yet, which means I can do the same strategy as I did last time, which is try to first uncover the entire map, then have nuclear weapons, and then start with my helicopters. Again, it's a strategy that has worked for me, and I'm usually not changing it up too much, because again, this is my podcast game that I like to run. Yes, I'm blue, dabba dee, dabba die. Exactly, Commander Stitch. Okay, so our tech center is almost ready. There it is.
New construction.
Through the tech center, we can now build a missile silo. Oh yes, Kirsty, thank you for using the blue mana orb, which is another emote that gets rarely used or doesn't have many occasions to get used. So the missile silo, we can easily afford the missile silo. That is good. And you know what? Maybe let's, since we can afford it, let's make some more units. Because at some point I feel like 10 tanks are headed our way. And because I don't have any defensive measures set up just yet, but apart from my tanks here, again, this might end badly for us.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Okay, factory is spitting out units, at least there's that.
Affirmative.
Sen says, I was a StarCraft dude back in the days. I preferred the sci-fi side of strategy games.
Unit ready.
Yeah, see, StarCraft is an exceptionally good game, but for me, for some reason, I couldn't quite get a handle on it, because I think I played with the Terrans because I understood them the best. Because with the Zergs, of course, units are cheap, and I always treasured my units. But with the Protoss, they are super strong, but of course also very, very flimsy. So they break easily or get easily destroyed. So again, I never felt comfortable with any of the different factions. But I would say that StarCraft is a better game than Command & Conquer. Then again, this Command & Conquer Remastered Edition is a fantastic remaster. As you can see, I can zoom in. This is in 4K. When I zoom in here, you can see the amount of details compared to this is how it looked in DOS.
Silos needed.
So this is, I feel like, very well done. Also in terms of what you can do here with the music and the jukebox, where it has all 203 tracks. That is over 6.5 hours from all the Command & Conquer games, for example. And also they upscaled the in-game
Waiting order acknowledged.
cutscenes. They have, you can unlock behind the scenes footage of how they shot these green screen scenes and so on. It's kind of neat. Oh yes, silos needed. Thank you, Commander Stitch.
Construction complete.
Silos needed is the pylons of StarCraft, right?
Construction complete. Building.
So let's build some ore silos just to shut them up.
Acknowledged.
So, right, let's build some defensives. Defensives. That's not the word. But you know what I mean. Defenses. That would be the word. Okay, so there we have it.
Lost.
Waiting order,
Lost.
sir.
There we have our first
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
whiff of enemy behavior. And see here, this my APC
Reporting.
just popped and out sprung those 3 rocket soldiers, and you can see here how well they behave, or how well they take down
Unit repaired.
enemy vehicles. So here, this APC from the enemies, of course I don't like it, because usually, especially here in the early game, it's still loaded with infantry. Okay, in this case it wasn't, but looks like a couple of different enemies have found us. Okay, so here's the red enemy, there is the blue enemy, and we're here in between,
Sir. Acknowledged.
which means good. We get our bearings, we know where everything is, where we are,
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
and we can
Waiting order. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Unable to
defend ourselves much better, because now we know in perspective where everything is.
lost.
So probably someone should be doing something about the enemies approaching here from the bottom.
Building.
So let's do something against artillery and build some more helipads.
On hold.
Or maybe build another pillbox,
Building.
because I have a feeling that this one here is too far away,
Ready.
and this one is already headed for our nuclear weapons.
Construction complete.
So yeah,
Waiting orders. Acknowledged.
I can hear cats fighting. There's a cat fight going on, and yes, I mean this in the absolute literal sense. So now I have here these two APCs that I have instructed to guard these two harvesters, which means they just keep following them around, and whenever an enemy is attacking them, they engage themselves. So okay, let's build some helipads now that we got the time and the resources. I mean, now that we only have here two enemies, again, resources aren't a problem. Look at this entire field here. This could be ours. This one could be ours. But since we're rolling in ore right now, we should be fine. We should be fine. The only thing is now that it takes a while to build those helipads, and the time to build is dependent on the number of construction yards that we have. This one here, of course, usually we have just one. But since we have a tech center and a war factory, this means we could build another mobile construction vehicle. That is this one here. But of course, it costs a lot. But still, I mean, like I said, we don't have to worry about resources anyway.
Affirmative.
So let's build another construction yard. Yeah, the zoom is neat, right? So this is the just mouse wheel. And by the way, if you played Command & Conquer in DOS, in good old VGA, that is 320 by 200 pixels, it looked like this. And I still have some game recordings of myself playing it, the original in DOS. And my God, it was so zoomed in and so slow. It's really a wonder how this actually could take off. I mean, this genre as a whole. Because it felt so slow and clunky. You know what? Since I got everything here anyway, let me show you. Let me show you. Because I pride myself with having a very complete, well, no, complete is an exaggeration. A very, let's say, well-kept archive of game captures, of things that I've played. So this one here is my game captures archived. So this is sorted by system. You can see here Amiga, Amstrad, and PC. And of course, I got here my PC games. And those are the PC games that I played over the years. And there we got Command & Conquer in DOS. I played this in, oh, look at this, 2018. So I didn't play lots of it, but I have here a couple of missions. And when we look at it, this is, I'm viewing this on a 4K screen right now. So this is the resolution of this in DOS. I go now full screen on the video, and yes, this is how it looked and sounded. And I mean, you can still can recognize some of the units there. And granted, this is the first Command & Conquer, so the one that I'm been playing now. But see this tank here that just moved? Let me skip back a little bit. This one here, the model or the appearance is the same as this tank here. So yeah, got a couple of more pixels in the meantime. So talking about things in the meantime, this is our construction vehicle that has the other construction yard. It's super slow. It's super expensive, but this means when our construction yard is destroyed by an enemy, we got another one. And especially when you play this in multiplayer games, usually you think, yeah, just take out their construction yard and they're done for. And at some point, you realize, why haven't I won? Probably because in some distant corner of the map, they have another construction yard there, and probably much more units. And then it's retaliation time. Yeah, Sensors Dam. Yeah, right. This is how it looked back in the day, and I remember it differently. Let's put it that way. So, what is happening here? So this enemy is going against the other enemy. Why aren't we not being attacked? Probably because they're just afraid of us.
Construction complete.
And rightfully so, because again I got 5 helicopters, which means this is enough to take out here one of their construction buildings. And they haven't built any air defense. So you know what? My atom bomb will detonate here. Yeah, that hurts. Probably.
Yes, sir.
And here come the helicopters.
Affirmative.
And one helicopter is being attacked here by some missile soldiers, but yes, survived. Good. Let's do the same thing for the other enemy, and as we had it last time, then just
Building.
pick off one by one the remaining buildings. So let's build some more ore silos.
Construction complete.
Nowadays you could run that on a smartwatch probably. Yeah, the original command. Really, from the resolution here, definitely. Smartwatches, they have a higher resolution than VGA DOS. And more colors.
Acknowledged.
And not to start off the raw CPU power there. It's really incredible. I think even in 2008, phones, the first smartphones, were already more capable in terms of raw processing powers than the early computers. So this one looks badly defended, which means we can take care of it.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative.
So maybe the question is, because this rocket soldier here is close to dying, can you repair infantry?
Agreed.
And yes, you can repair people. It's called a medic that repairs people. It's again a bit of kind of expensive, but oh yes, this was
Affirmative.
their construction yard. And I want to show you something now with this one unit that I mentioned, that is this one-shot kill unit, that is
Unit.
Tanya, who is very strong against infantry and can even bomb buildings. And you know what? Let's build a Tanya just so that I can show you how this unit works.
Training.
Medic!
Unit ready.
Yes.
Training.
So we need more silos
Building. Unit ready. Training. Building.
because I cannot produce
Unit.
enough units
Training.
because we got so much money. Where should we put all this money? I can't spend it as much as I earn it. Hashtag first world problems. Hashtag tax the rich.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, so this Tanya unit, right? We probably need a way to get her where she needs to go. And for this, I just stick her into an APC. So again, this is the infantry vehicle. And so that she doesn't get shot down, I'm just making sure here that all these pillboxes, because as you've seen it, they are very strong against infantry. And Tanya is an infantry unit. So making sure that when she... Oh, they just shot down one of my helicopters. That she doesn't have a too hard of a time there. So enemies approaching here. That's cute. So this is our Tanya.
Unit ready.
Let's rock! Let's rock! I'm there!
Let's take a medic
Yes, sir. Very well.
and
Yes, sir.
another rocket soldier there.
I'm there!
Yes,
And
sir. Moving
yeah,
out.
put them all into this
Affirmative.
troop transporter. And then let's see what we can do.
Affirmative.
She sounds hyped and ready. Indeed, she is. I think this was also Tanya is from the campaign. I don't know her role there, but let's give this a shortcut. So there we go.
Affirmative.
But yeah, she got sass.
Acknowledged.
Go Tanya. Yes, I'm a big fan of Tanya. So again, just making sure that Tanya doesn't meet too much opposition there. The other thing, of course, that is strong against Tanya is any sort of vehicles there. Because again, if you have a tank shooting at infantry not looking so good. So I want to make sure that I take out
Ready. Unit
most of the infantry, not the infantry, that Tanya can take care of, but most of, especially these APCs, again, they are super strong against infantry.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
So we should repair this one. Oh, look at this.
Affirmative.
Cheeky, just shooting at our heli site from there. You know what? Let's put a build-up box down.
Yes, sir.
I can't have this.
Affirmative.
I don't have room for a pillbox. Darn it.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir.
Building.
Awaiting orders.
Unit prepared.
All right, let's continue.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
So here, this is where our Tanya unit is waiting, and oh dear, already 2 enemy APCs are en route. This is not looking good.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
Do we have maybe
Acknowledged.
our
Yes, sir.
helicopters
Acknowledged.
can take one of them down?
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
A-bomb ready.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
But of course, there's the infantry still. So, okay, retreat,
Affirmative.
repair. Okay, so it's taking that way. Interesting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Waiting orders.
So, okay, refueled.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Let's
Yes, sir.
repair that one. And see how we're progressing. Okay, this one is making it back to the base. That is good.
Yes, sir.
So, damn it. And the enemy, of course, is spitting out tanks because they still got money. They cannot afford to build any more buildings. Well, I mean, they can afford it, probably, but since
Preparing.
they don't have the construction yard for it, they put all what they got into, yeah, this.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Okay, next try here with Tanya. Again, these tanks are problematic, so
Affirmative.
maybe we can... There are too many tanks around. And, oh, there was a chest. Okay, so let's try this. We're probably gonna lose Tanya in some way or another, but again, I just want to show you what she's capable of.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir.
Preparing.
So, there is our strike team.
Yes, sir.
Prepared.
Acknowledged.
And this is very heavily fortified, so I try to make a run for it to get down here.
Acknowledged.
But now we're being blocked by this jeep,
Affirmative.
so retreat.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
But now we've baited the jeep. No, the jeep returns. No,
Acknowledged.
no, damn it. Damn it, we can't even get where we want to go, and we're already in the red.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Okay, finally the air support has arrived.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Oh, damn it, infantry. One shot with infantry and our Tanya is
Yes, sir.
Gonya.
Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
There's too much infantry there. That's not good for Tanya.
Unit lost.
Do we need silos again? No. But look at this. We still got here our
A-bomb.
nuclear strike. So let's strike here this area here and hope for the best. You see the tanks don't even take damage, but I just hope that
Sir.
maybe it was enough that we can bait now the tanks to attacking our base from this side. Just realize it probably not the smartest move because we don't have that many tanks to retaliate, but
Acknowledged.
the coast is now clear
Reporting.
for the most part to get Tanya through. So okay, well here 4 tanks and 1 artillery is moving in.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Unit
Yes,
lost.
sir.
Okay, so this was bad. This was bad. So this is Tanya, and she's almost dead. No, that was Tanya.
Our base.
That was Tanya.
Unit
Oh
ready.
dear. You know what? Let's make another Tanya. Damn it.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
See, this is when things are
Unit
that
ready.
don't work out too well.
Vehicle reporting.
Preparing.
Okay, since we've lost Tanya,
Reporting. Acknowledge.
Unit prepared.
let's try this again.
Affirmative. Reporting.
And hopefully our plan is a little bit better this time. Let's see how the other base looks. Well, also not too good,
Preparing.
but especially here all these APCs and and artillery, that bad.
Unit
Reporting.
ready.
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Is under
Awaiting
attack.
orders. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting order. Affirmative.
Shake it, baby.
Building.
So there we have Tanya again. Tanya is dead. Long live Tanya. Indeed. Indeed.
Building. Prepare.
I mean, I had a good plan. I had a Tanya, I had a medic,
Training.
I had some rifle infantry. Everything was set. The only downside was, of course, that,
Yes, sir.
yeah, also the enemy had units. How dare they?
Unit
How
ready.
dare they?
Unit
Vehicle
ready.
acknowledge. Yes, sir.
Training.
Affirmative. Reporting.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Training. Preparing. Unit ready.
Oh, good. So the blue enemy is now launching their attack on the red enemy, which means their base is largely unoccupied.
Awaiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
So if I'm quick, you know what? Why didn't I think of this before? We can just have some tanks that we can
Yes, sir. Acknowledge.
put to good use.
Acknowledge.
So there goes the artillery. There we have the jeep. And we get some rockets for this light tank. Well, that wasn't enough. But still, here is our convoy
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
of tanks that hopefully should take care of
Vehicle reporting.
the
Affirmative.
strongest resistance here.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Again, artillery always a problem
Yes, sir.
for infantry.
Reporting.
Okay, I think we're doing pretty well here.
Yes, sir.
There's the red enemy, and look, there's even a radar jammer that they've produced.
Ready and waiting. Very well. Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
There are too many units to deploy Tanya safely here.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
But maybe now. Maybe now.
Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Acknowledge.
I think now's the time.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Acknowledge.
Okay, the enemy just sold a building so they could build another artillery, of course.
Unit lost.
And they even shot down one of my infantry, which is bad. Because again, this is yes. This one soldier took down the rest of the artillery. That was good. Okay, so here comes Tanya too. Let's see. Can the opponent also build Tanya? Yes, theoretically, but they rarely do. They rarely do.
Affirmative.
Okay, so let's try this again. So here is Tanya, and Tanya can
Let's rock.
one-hit kill.
Two on this. Two on this. Two on this. I'm there.
This is what I meant with you have to manage her, but she just goes here. And of course, I can also when I have buildings, I can
Let's rock.
have her just enter the building and take her down. So now she's safe inside the APC, but the enemy just went over, literally went over all my other infantry. So that was Tanya. Tanya, who survived barely.
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
So, and now I can ever run amok here. And you know what, Tanya? Take care of this pesky
Let's rock.
weapons factory.
I'm there.
There you go. Also, you have to go barracks.
Let's rock.
And there's another weapons factory up here.
All ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Let's rock.
And another barracks.
Yeah, cha-ching. I'm there. Let's rock.
And that was it for the blue enemy.
Yes, sir. I'm there.
Vehicle reporting.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Tanya, get back in there.
Awaiting order.
Yes.
Acknowledged.
And now the enemy can't build any more offensive units, which means sooner or later they will give up. Wait, what? She's OP. That is the thing. She's super OP against infantry, but of course when you cannot have like 2 or 3 Tanyas because you have to manage each Tanya. She won't attack on on herself, and that is a problem. So again, you have this massive offensive power of Tanya, but you cannot do anything else because you really have to babysit her.
Yes, sir.
And what are you doing? This is not nice.
Prepared. Unit prepared. Unit ready. Building.
Awaiting order.
Yeah, I completely forgot to put anything apart from this flimsy fortification up here. So probably should have thought about this earlier. So we had lots of attack helicopters,
On
and these are the ones that survived. But that's good. We don't need much more. One-shots, buildings, and units. That is the thing, indeed, yeah. So she's like the Highlander. I mean, you can build like 3 Tanyas, but of course you can only manage 1 or maybe 2, but not if you have 2 Tanya operations going on in 2 different places. So to make it a little bit more of a spectacle, so let's look at this infantry here. Die. You're welcome.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
So, and this is our last enemy that we have here. Yeah, rip. So again, taking out these 2 weapons factories and these 2 barracks should be enough.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
So they still got some resources to build units and repair. But you know what? I don't care. I mean, we got a Tanya. Oh, look at this log jam here. This is another thing. Even when you play against enemies that are on hard, their AI doesn't get better. So sometimes when units want to go in one direction and in other directions, and they have just encounter each other on a bottleneck on the map, yeah, there it goes. And usually this happens with harvesters that are being guarded or protected.
Yes, sir.
By other units. At some point they just jam up,
Yes, sir.
and nothing works anymore for them, and essentially their base just starves because they can't get any units or any resources in. So for us, we're very close to winning this round as well, which means I already have my celebratory sip of water. While we watch
Yes,
this
sir.
being destroyed, and maybe we still got some
Acknowledged.
resources left. No, there's just 1 rocket left, and they're repairing it and building rocketeers. Well, you know what? All good. All good. I can even send here my troops, but
Unit lost.
probably when they arrive, it will already be a history, the enemy.
Reporting.
So just charging up here. And
Reporting. Affirmative.
attacking their barracks. So again, the biggest problem for my air units are rocket soldiers. So this is usually the ones that I keep lookout for. Yeah, senses traffic jam even in a video game. Yeah, that is really something. So we're gonna lose this one here, but they've lost their last building, which means we can just watch them give up. Cool, yeah. Hopefully this helped you cool off a little bit. This heated battle on a snow map. and then let's see if we can play another game, that retro game that is set in a winter wonderland. Or it doesn't have to be a wonderland, just has to be cold. So look at this. Mission accomplished. GG, hail to Tanya. Yes, Tanya, I mean, once we got her in, the base really cleaned up. I mean, if you compare how many units we killed, we weren't even the best ones. I mean, the blue player certainly killed many of our units there. But in the end, we prevailed. So congrats to us. GG, says Kersey. Thank you, Kersey. And that was Command & Conquer Red Alert. So, oh yes, and that is Command & Conquer in DOS. I mean, just look at the size of the mouse pointer compared to the screen size, because the mouse pointer has not changed in size. But of course here it's a chunk on screen. Right. So this is Command & Conquer Remastered. Did I have Red Alert? No, just Red Alert Remastered. Yes, for other retro games, I'm not sure if I mentioned it before. I only said that I'm playing an old RPG game, a retro game from 2001, and I don't think I've said what it was. And it was this wonderful German janky mess of an RPG that is called Gothic. And the funny thing is, no one knows why it's called Gothic. It's a fantasy setting, but it's not. It's more of a dirty fantasy. So you don't have. I mean, you do have wizards and orcs there, but it's not this upper high English thee and thou. It's more like I don't like how you look. I just smash your face and then we talk. Sen, you know Gothic. I've never played it back in the day, and recently there was the Gothic remake that came out finally. I've heard a lot about this game, but never played it before. And I mean, of course, when you play it, I mean, I can show you what it looks like in case you're interested in.
Ich bin Diego.
So, but yeah, this is what the game looks like. I'm playing it in German because it was made in Germany, and they have pretty good voice actors back then, because I think the voice actors they got were all very well-known audio play sound, very versed actors, but sometimes they had a tendency to overact in certain things. But let's skip ahead a little bit. And the first thing that I noticed after getting here my bearings, let's skip in a little bit later then. Yes, you can sleep in the game. I think you can even bake bread. So the first thing that of course happens is when you enter the first camp is people say, you look a little bit vulnerable. You would sleep better if you give me 10 resources and I make sure that nothing bad happens to you. And so you give them your 10 chunks of ore, that is the resource that you have in this game. And then you think, okay, good. I mean, I have to pay this money, but it's probably better for me. Then you walk half around this camp, and the next guy comes and says, you know what? 10 pieces of ore, you could sleep better. And then you realize, oh my god, they all the guards there, they just keep extorting people. And it's that kind of game. And you can even fry your resources there. And what was notable about this game, especially back then, is you start from nothing. There is no character creation screen. You start at this nameless hero, as it's called. And the thing is, as I've probably already lined out, the world is very hostile towards you. You start as nothing. You get beaten up regularly. Barely you can win the first fights. And people say, don't go in the woods because it's dangerous. You cannot survive in the woods. And the first quest that you get says, bring this list to the people in the old mine. And then you walk through the woods and you get chopped up by wolves. So the game doesn't take you by the hand. So you have to figure out, well, probably I should then go around the forest. So let's skip ahead a bit. Oh yes, the map. This the game doesn't come with a map. You have to buy a map from an in-game NPC, and there are different kinds of maps. So depending on how much you're willing to pay for it. So again, it's one thing that I haven't mentioned is the controls. My God, the controls. This is played entirely on the keyboard. Very late they patched in a mouse support, and the mouse support essentially means just look in the direction where you're facing. That's it. The game wants to be played with both hands on the keyboard, and for example, when you open or when you want to collect something that you find while running around. Do we see something that you can collect? Did I just jump around it here? Yeah. Oh, by the way, there is nothing behind the waterfall. There is nothing behind it. It's not that kind of game. This is where the game really says, you know what? Fuck you specifically. There is no treasure there. I know it was hard to get here, but yeah, F you. So maybe here we can see it. When you pick up things, it's not like press X or press something or it would automatically be collected. No, you have to hold down Control and then hit up, because the game has a very intimate relationship with the Control key, because it's essentially it's made to be, Control is anything that you can do or interact with. When you go to a ladder, you have to hold down Control and hold down the up key until your character is at the ladder, and then keep holding Control and up he goes the ladder. Do not let go of either key too early or he drops from the ladder, and of course there is fall damage, and quite substantial so. And yes, if you want to trade, I think we've seen here the trade menu earlier. The trade menu, the first intention would be to use the mouse. It's not possible. You have 2 rows on each side and you have to navigate with the keyboard, and of course your inventory is always this one vertical strip of slots, as you can see here. Let me skip back, and now it says here Verschiedenes, that's miscellaneous. If you want to for example, you want to from the enemy carcass, you want to transfer these 2 wings to your inventory. It goes like this. First you hit left, then you're in the enemy's inventory. Then you hold down Control and hit twice right. That moves these things to your inventory. Easy as that, and you're done. This is what I do here. Of course, when you want to barter with someone, first you have to go through your different tags. Essentially, it's always this one bar, but if you hit left once, then it says weapons, and if you hit left again, then it says, I don't know, food stuff, and so on. So how do you switch then to the enemy? Well, you don't. You just always have to go through your entire tags, and then you're in the enemy bar. And when you barter with someone, you have to manually place what they got in their inventory to match what you put from your inventory there. And if someone has like 800 something units of things, there is no way to say, yep, move these in chunks of tens or hundreds. You just have to hold Control and hold down the arrow key and wait until it gets into the hundreds. It's incredibly clunky, and even for 2001, my god. But once you're into it, once you get it, you get it. And right now I'm into it, and I've played like 15 hours or so I kind of like it. Anyway, Sen says, just watched a video about the remake on GameStar. Yeah, this is what me got interested in the old game, because I've seen now there's the remake out, and finally I've never played it, and I mean I've heard a lot about it, but never really played it, and I thought finally is the time now for me to play this. And again, I'm very surprised by how different it is from other fantasy RPGs in that case. And again, it's always what is funny is because everything is so rough and you can just beat up people, and usually they respect you better when you beat them up, where they go like, oh, you really polished my face there, good fight, let's barter, something like this. But of course at first when you encounter enemies or people there, in 99% of the time you're gonna lose. And there is this one arena where you can there are 2 guys that you can fight in the arena, and the second guy he says, yeah, don't bother, I'm too strong for you. And then you really can try to provoke him to be fighting with you, and whatever you say, he just says, yeah, whatever, no. And it's like yeah. the dialogue goes like this. So you want you say, hey, I want to fight you in the arena, and he says, yeah, get lost. I'm not interested in fighting with you. You wouldn't survive it. And you reply with, oh, you're only saying this so you can get away. You what's it? Yeah, what Marty McFly says in all the Back to the Future things, or you chicken, and yeah, and on it goes, where you can even say, yeah, his mother probably has intercourse with goats, and he just goes, yeah, that's probably true. And it's like, how can I provoke this guy? So in the end, you just have to accuse him that he wants to suck up to some other dude, and then he says, I would never do this, so let's take it out in the arena, and then he one hits you, even in after 15 hours of the game. So yeah, that's Gothic. And again, I don't know why it's called Gothic, because there's nothing Gothic about it. It's just some weird, rough, dirty fantasy game. Anyway, Sensei, that's a cool idea. Have the player buy the map. I kind of like it. Again, especially because when you want to save your money and get the cheapest map, well, it's a very crude map and you don't really see a lot of it. And there's always something behind the waterfall, says Sen. And again, this is really something that modern games, especially in contrast to Bethesda games, through this game, I've figured out where the current state of these kinds of games is versus how it was, or the different philosophies in game design. Again, with Bethesda games, they are constantly out there to reward you. Even the dumbest things that you make, you never can lose your progress. Of course, for bugs, but that's also Bethesda. But it's like in Skyrim, where you can be part of all the guilds, even ones who are diametrically opposed to each other. Like the Thieves Guild, they have one rule: never kill someone. But you can also be part of the Dark Brotherhood, and they just are assassins, right? And somehow this works out. And also, if you find something that is slightly off the track or the intended path. Usually you find a secret there, or there's maybe a chest there with something that you can find. So overall, it's a very generous game. And Gothic is not that. Sometimes I feel like, should I really try to go up there? Because it looks a little bit hidden. There are strong enemies there, but maybe if I just cheese them and kite them. And so after half an hour, I've made it there to this other blocky thing that was tucked away somewhere, and there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. All you did was spend half an hour fighting enemies that were tougher than you, and behind there is usually nothing. And the other thing is, the game is very clever, I feel, in that way, how it primes you for this. I don't think they do it intentionally, but when you start out in the game, where someone says, when you start off, this is the way to the old camp, and on the way there probably you find a rusty sword or something, whatever. If you do a little bit of exploring, you find another sword, and I felt like, oh god, yes, I have a much better sword, because the game rewarded me for doing exploring. And then I follow the track again, and like just around the corner is the rusty sword the guards spoke of, and it's much better than the one that I found through exploration. So it really felt like that the game said, yeah, you want to explore? Well, this is not that kind of game where you're being, again, held by the hand. If there's something out there, you have to work for it. And yes, there was one cave that had pretty strong enemies, and this time there was in the cave was a potion, and I felt like this was the like Christmas and the birthday and whatever, just because there was something that the game rewarded you with. So yeah, and with Bethesda games, like I said, you can be part of like 3 different guilds, and here there are 3 different camps, and the game takes 6 chapters, and in chapter 2 it ends that you have to join one of the 3 camps. And you cannot, if you've joined one camp, maybe you won't even see NPCs in the other camp at all in this run through. So again, I really have to commend it how strong it stays to this vision. And the other thing that I like about it in terms of game design is enemies stay dead and collected things stay collected. Again, this is when I realized that okay, probably I need to gain more experience points. Yeah, then I don't know, attack the 3 enemies that I'm able to somehow fight and survive. Then I don't know, come back later or sleep for a day or so, and then come back and the enemies have respawned. Enemies do not respawn. They respawn maybe between chapters, but by then, of course, if you want to reach a certain chapter, this means, of course, you have to do some quests or already have a certain level by that point. So essentially, this means you just go around the map and try your sword or try your hand at enemies where you feel like, okay, all the enemies that are easy for me, all 3 of them are already slain and I already got their resources and experience points. And as for the others, well, then the game thus incentivizes you to really try and be better at the combat system. Also, combat, again, holding down control. First, of course, you have to switch into the fighting stance because it's 2001 and you have to hit F and then you're in the fighting stance where you cannot pick up things. So yeah, again, it's different. It is very different, and for that it is refreshing. But at the same time, it can be infuriating because this what you see here, this gameplay footage, is the new camp. So they have fractured off the old camp where they said, yeah, everyone in the old camp is an asshole. We're doing things our own, and there are no bosses or masters of people. Of course there are, but they don't admit to it. Anyway. And this is also a camp that you can join. But I've from Googling and researching, I found out that when I first discovered this camp organically, and they also talked about, yeah, if you want to join us, you have to do things for us. I should have done things much earlier for them where I didn't even know that. So this is clearly a camp where it says, where the game rather implicitly tells you probably this is for your second run if you play it, because then you already know where they are and what they want. So to give you an example, a very early quest is, hey, you need to get the list of items from the old mine and bring it back to the old camp. But make sure that no one from the new camp gets a view of this list. And you say, yeah, I have no idea what this new camp is, never been there, haven't seen any one of them. Sure. And of course you go there and bring the list back, because this is, I think, literally your first quest in this game. Of course, this game is so open that if you manage to survive the way to this new camp, you can give them the list, and they say, "Oh, this is a very valuable list. Well, you're already on good terms with us." So again, it's different. And the one thing that no end aggravates me is the font. I mean, look at this. It's, even if you know German, just this N here. What is this downstroke on the N? That doesn't make sense. So it's hard to read. And this, yeah, if you increase the screen resolution, the font doesn't get better or more legible or not even scaled up. So this it's also something that you have to live with. This is Gothic. Thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk. So finally, the heat here is not getting any better, but at least, well, I've emptied my water, which is good because I rarely do these days. Encore, says YNOC4. Yes, let's do some cold thing. I mean, Demon's Winter. Look at this. Doesn't this look like winter to us? Wow, not really. Well, it's an SSI game, so sounds like Dungeons and Dragons. Is this cold? It's called Flames of Freedom. And why is it called? Oh, it's Midwinter 2. And it's Flames of Freedom. Yeah, it doesn't look cold to me. What do we have here? Winter Supersports 92. You know what? I have no idea what this game is. Never seen it before. Let's play it. Curses says, rough game, I can see. Yeah, probably. Went way overboard there in my descriptions. But yeah, this is just good old Phil oversharing, passionate. Desktop resolution, yes or no? Only mode full screen will, okay, yes. I don't read things. Apparently it's now windowed mode. So we have a VGA card. We say we have the Sound Blaster and we play with the keyboard, and it's a challenge or a competition. Let's say it's just a challenge, not a competition. Is there audio? Oh yes. There is audio. And they love doing their scaling effect. Okay, my name is Phil. Oh, I can select their nationality. Oh, I can move with my mouse cursor. And we get here the USSR and others, just others. The entire continent of Africa is others. I mean, if you take this out of context, this is not a very favorable screenshot right there. Is there maybe... No, this is still others. Can I be of the Shark Nation? No, I cannot. Yeah, others. Southern America is others. We get the United States of America and Canada at least. Even Greenland is others, Iceland is others. But look at this, we got Norway, Sweden. You know what probably would have helped if we have a zoomed in view of just a couple of... I can't even pick Japan because the mouse cursor won't go past this. I want to play as a Japanese artist, I want to say. Look at this, even the couple of pixels for Australia is just others. So many others, indeed. So can I find Austria on this? Yes. How can I select Austria? Oh, space apparently. Ass wipes, right? Are these okay? Let's say that's okay. Please select your course. Let's say downhill easy. Okay, that's a neat effect. I thought it was loading, but no, I just had to press. Prepare to compete. I'm prepared to compete, just like the others. Oh, nice, nice buns. Okay, what is happening? Oh, okay, if I'm not... If my angle is not pointing downwards enough, then I just stop. So as soon as I get too horizontal... Oh, apparently I cannot jump then. Look at me, I'm second. Easy, Streif, says Sen. Yeah, Streif is a notoriously hard slope here in Austria. That's also featured in Olympics, I think, even. You know what? I do not wish to replay. Thank you for asking. So what else can we do in this game? I hope it's not just downhill. Oh, game over. It is just downhill, okay. So this was Winter Supersports. Very cool. I mean, I do like the graphics. The graphics are very neat. But overall, it's a bit lacking. Or it says here, with 8 events from the Winter Olympiad. The basic goal is to participate in all events in a row. Okay, apparently we didn't get even there. So let's see if we can find something else. Look at this Winter Challenge. From Tynesoft Computer, and the developer is Thunder Mountain. And if this one does not look like it was... It's more or less a clone of winter games from Epix. Let's see how close they got with it. Large desktop aspect. Would you like to change any of these? Let's say no. Okay. I should have hit no and not yes. Look at this. CGA graphics. Sen says, nowadays others will become nations with DLCs. Yeah, that's also true. It's from 1998. Okay, I have to use the joystick then. Yeah, what if I don't have a joystick? Maybe we're not going to play this because I don't know how to tell the game that I do not have a joystick. Oh, I hit N and it said, okay, number of players. Let's say 1. Name is, of course, good old Pixelphil. There we go. Oh, look at this. With 3 colors, how can you try to make different flags? And they opted for, instead of black, how about green, so we can have Italy. And you know what? I think the choice of countries here is very strategic, because I think these are all flags that you can make with green, red, and blue and white. I think. I mean, even for the USSR, I mean, the hammer and sickle probably should be yellow. And what is Holland, I assume. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. This is also red, white, blue. But I think, yeah, that's very strategic. So let's see. Compete in all events. Or just start game. Okay. So, that's cute. Winter Olympiad. Yes. I've noticed. Thank you. Do I need to press something? I'm pressing buttons. Escape, space, shift, enter. I mean, oh yes, apparently something did it. Okay. Oh, it was just space. And now it's left or right. And I mean, for a CGA game... Oh no, my speed is bad. Oh, okay, so I must not hit anything. Because then the entire event is over. Oh god, this is hard. And Buenos Aires is not a single Asian country. Yes, or African country and so on. Oh god, yeah, the mountains do look good. This is the good thing about CGA colors. I feel like winter games are very easy with this color palette. The only thing is maybe that the pink doesn't work too well with it. Oh yes, it is exactly like winter games where you have to go left, right, left, right, left, right. It just is a little bit less polished. I mean, the graphics are nice, but they even got here this creek crossing. In winter games, this really was my favorite. My favorite game, just so that I could look at the nice backgrounds. And also here, I mean, they very minimalist, but they look nice. They aren't as varied as they once in the Commodore game, but I think they're good enough. I'm getting better, see? Getting there slowly. I really like this crossing here. That is very cute. Ah, yes. Never mind. Due to the lag, you have to hit much earlier than you would think where the shot counts. So, finish! Look at us. Why is it still counting? Oh, it counts the misses. Oh, look, we got a new best time, apparently. Yay! I got a gold medal. I'm the only participant, but still gold. Biathlon. Happy Pride Month. Right, indeed. So let's see what they did here with bobsled. Do I have to... hit it. The space key. Oh, I have to. Oh, wow. That is different. That feels very crude. Apparently I have to hit the space bar, or do I need to hit up? Okay, when I hit up, they get speed, and once they're running, well, they go. They go. And it doesn't feel like with the Commodore version, there is no sense of speed, as you can see here. The speed is not in the graphics, the speed is in this red bar. Apparently, didn't even make it there. But at least they made the course longer than on the Commodore version. So, YNC says, Gather, run to work. Thanks for streaming as always. Thank you for being here as always, YNC. Really, really appreciate it. And yeah, hope you can cool off at work. Sen says, I would have preferred to have a map on the downhill part and not at the slope. Yeah, exactly, right? Because usually you can see trees from further down. Oh no, this was wrong. Anyway, I think I can skip this event. Yes, no medal. What else do we have here in this game? Oh, it's ski jump. I like the perspective. Oh, okay, and this one, it feels like almost that they took the hot dog event and took it here for ski jumping. Okay, apparently this was not good. Again, for a clone, it's okay. Can I land like this? I think I can. I have no idea when I'm landing. There is no shadow or something. God, what happens? But look, at least we see the crowd. Oh, that's kind of cute. Okay, let's do another attempt. So apparently you can jump very far, judging from how long it took us to reach the onlookers. Yeah, I have no idea what the game wants of me. But I mean, we managed to do it once. No indication where the ground is exactly. That's really not good. A slalom. Oh, good. Apparently it's in Canada. Okay, space. And this indicates... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, first space, and then why is it... I'm not even sure what they want of me. Which... Oh dear, I don't think this is what they want of me. Oh, or are those just the goals that I need to go through? Like so. I think this is what the game wants. But this isometric perspective, that's really something. And I have only 3 faults because... Okay, so you have to be left of the pink one and right of the blue one. Now I get it. Okay, space and up. This gets you up to speed. And then it's isometric tank controls. Oh, missed that one. Missed another one, I think. Good thing is it's not that long. 2 faults. Yay! Gold! I even made it on the leaderboard. Oh, apparently even the first my first 2 minutes. Okay, and that was the Winter Olympiad Gnorf. And apparently this is the entirety of the game. Beautiful. Beautiful. This was old. So let's see if there anything that is not winter sport related. I mean, we got here nuclear winter, but I'm not feeling like a first person game right now, especially not from that day. But I mean, look, Santa Claus. I mean, what do we have here? 3D Lemmings. I did even play some music. Yeah, I don't think that I'm also not in the mood for 3D Lemmings. Maybe we find something here with snow. Battle in the Bulge, Tigers in the Snow. Oh god, a CGA colored hexagonal grand war game. This looks dry already. Yeah, and it's from SSI, and oh, there's even a swastika on there. Great, do this on my stream. Sure, why not, game? Joe Snow is this one called. I think this looks kind of cute. Then we got Joe Snow 2, apparently the improved version. We got Joe Snow 4. I really like the colors here. By the way, this is not VGA. This is really EGA colors, so the 16 DOS colors. So very, very nicely drawn here. And we have Joe Snow 3, Captured by Aliens. The reason why this is after 4 is because they're using Arabic numerals, and this one is using Roman numerals for 3. Gotta stay consistent. And the Snow Queen apparently is a... What is it? A freeware adaptation of Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale Snedronningen. Oh wow, so it's a text adventure. Look at this, Snow Strike. This doesn't look like snow, this is very green, and we got Snow White's Voyage. That looks cute. You know what? I think I will go with Joe Snow 4 and try this out. Apparently this has to be the best in the Joe Snow series because it still had 3 titles preceding it. Or it's the worst in the Joe Snow series because after this there was no Joe Snow 5. I don't know how they did this, but it's kind of neat. So sounds like lots of neat VGA effects. Okay, let's hit P for Play Joe Snow. Okay, so the game is looking very good, but tile-based. I can jump, but also the jump is tile-based. And also when I hold down a key, do you know the key repeat when you are in a word or text processor? And you hold down and after a second it starts to repeat. This is what happens here. And apparently it buffers the key repeats because long when I've let go, it still goes. It still goes. Yeah, he renamed Jon Snow and player in a small indie show called GOT. Oh, Game of Thrones. I've heard about this. I think Game of Thrones, this sounds like a game magazine, right? It's a game after all. Oh, seriously. Okay, so don't hold down the keys. Or I can hit P to pause the game and it does this neat pause effect there. Again in EGA graphics. So instead of holding and jumping. Okay, so the game essentially is just pure drops of faith. Oh dear. It's hard to tell how horrible this is to control, really. Yeah, a Commander Keen, this ain't. Oh, there is the exit up here, but I have no way of knowing how to get there. Apparently, up through here. Okay, this is good. There's the exit. We've made it past the first level. That's more than I could have hoped for. Tile-based platforming. I never thought that I would have ever see this. And also jumping up. The jump height is always the same. Unless, of course, you hit another key. I held the key down, like in a regular jump run. How stupid of me. I really wonder how this game is meant to be played. Or how this was played back in the day. Because, again, the controls are just horrid. Frank says, Oh, what did I miss first? GameStar on tour. Only Game of Thrones I know is musical chairs. Oh, the Game of Thrones. You are an egg war, says Commander Stitch. I think I'm the head of a snowman. I think this is what we're seeing here. I can zoom in if this helps, but I'm not sure if it does. Frank said, concept, you're in a toilet block at the office with one or more person, then available cubicles, so you play music, and when the music stops, everyone tries to get in a door, and whoever can't is out. We call it Game of Thrones. Oh yes, the China throne. Yeah, I'm not sure what is worse, the platforming or the music. Probably the platforming. The music is kinda okayish. Commander Stitch says, once there was a snowman. Once there was a snowman, tall. In the sun he melted. In the sun he melted, small. Oh yes, indeed. I've never known this rhyme. That is a very small snowman. And I think it might be the reason is that it's hard to draw characters and walk cycles and especially run cycles and that sort of thing. Yeah, I think I've seen enough of this game. Oh, okay, this was it. Enter your initials. PXL. Look at us. I'm even better than Joe and Joe. We can see the story. Well, here we are, almost Flang World. I hope it is as good as it said it would be in the advertisement, said Jill Snow. Oh, by the way, I just realized when you hold down the keys, even if it's longer for a second, then it already jumps to the next screen. So I just have to tap very slightly. Okay, and the thing is that it is good. Okay, Phlegm World, the paradise. I even have my Phlegm Hall Memorial earrings on. Careful. And then, in a violent flash, Jill Snow was whisked away with a helpless scream. Joe Snow knew what he had to do. Of course. Course with 2 C's, okay. He had to go save her from the evil wizard whom had captured her. What else is there to do? Joe Snow 4. Oh, wonderful. Sends another gold medal. Yes, definitely gold medal worthy game design. You know what? I wonder now what the first Joe Snow played like. Because, I mean, this looks much like Joe Snow 4. I have a feeling that it's always using the same thing, apparently. Oh, Joe Snow 2. Or is this just a level editor? Okay, let's see if we can find something with ice. Oh, License to Kill. Okay, we get lots of that. Oh, Blades of Steel. I've played this on the NES at my friend Martin. It's a Konami game, and apparently it's also was made for DOS for some reason. Okay, Cisco Heat doesn't sound cool. Defcon 5. I don't know why it's called Ice. Ice Kiss. What is Ice Kiss? A platform game from Korea where you attempt to save women from a presumable ice monster. That does look Korean to me. Kersey says, need to play 1, 2, 3 to get the full lore. Probably. Miami Ice. I mean, for this, I would just play to hear how they did the XLF music. What is Ice Kiss? Oh, we've just seen this. IceBox. Okay, IceBox looks like an inverted Tetris. Instead of figures, incomplete rows of lines are dropped into the screen. Okay, you know me. It's called Ice something. It's Tetris. And it has a nice tracker soundtrack. So, of course, I want to try this. Large desktop modus. Let's lay out. No, I don't want to change it. Just give me the game. Ooh, a fade out effect. That's very neat. Ice Tetris-like, right? And I can hear some very chippy guitars. I'm here for it. How can I be here for it? Okay, start the game. Oh, even look at this. Even with an Amiga mouse. Is this intentional? Is this Russian? I'm not sure if I want to play with the mouse, I have to say. Cut and turn. Okay, the graphics are pretty neat. And I really like here these unnecessarily complex glyphs there. Wow. So it's either mouse or keypad. So introduction or about. Okay. Long before the creation of our world, in the deeps of the immense outer space, there appeared a VGA collector and changer of games. Recently, a scientific expedition was forwarded to the East Siberia to study the site where the Tunguski meteorite had fallen down. Nearby the Podkamenaya Tunguska River, the expedition found a container made of unknown material. A special laboratory was engaged in studying the content. IceBox is the second decoded game out of the VGA priceless storage. Ah, that's cute. Okay, so that's the meta story of how this game was made. Okay, then let's play IceBox with a. Oh, I'm not sure what it says with cut. Oh, it means cut means drop. So when do these elements disappear? I've heard good things about elements disappearing, you know? Oh, I can just move them there? Oh, that's kind of cool. Pun intended, of course. Always intend your puns, you cowards. But again, I'm not sure what the game wants of me. Or should I get rid of these things? Was it that the inverse Tetris part? Yes. Okay. Now I get it. Again, the controls are something to getting used to. But I really like it that you can flip back and forth. But one thing that I'm missing is some neat music, actually. Wasn't I promised music? Okay, S is sound control. I'm not hearing anything right now. Is this on me? Oh, when I play with the mouse, see, playing this with the mouse is much faster, actually. You know what? This is pretty cool. Once you get the hang of it. There should be music. Why is there no music all of a sudden? Should I try again? Let's quit and start again. IceBox. Okay, Sen says, all right, I'll head for bed. Have a good one. Glad to finally caught a stream again. Good night, Phil and Chat. Good night, Sen. You're probably already in bed. Thank you for dropping by and hope you have a cool day tomorrow. So S was sound control. There we still have the... Okay, now there is sound. Oh, by the way, I can... Look at this. I can switch the light on or off. Not sure why I want to do this, but it's possible. But where is the sound? The mouse sensitivity is, of course, way too high. And especially when you are on the grid here, it's hard to know when you're selecting something or when you're not. But again, I really like here this concept of that you're having these Boolean operations on these blocks. If only there were music. Oh, well. I just realized I do the coarse movement with the mouse and the fine movement with the cursor keys. And that works surprisingly well. Huh. I think I can not only get the hang of it, but I might be able to get addicted to this. Still needs a little bit of, yeah, just small user interface polish overall. But it's interesting. I think that I've known my share of Tetris variants, and this one is different. Needs music. Frank says, I haven't fully understood the mechanics yet. So the idea is to clear lines and then they vanish. So when I fully clear a line, then it should vanish. And all the blocks that I'm hovering over, when I place the block, I'm just ORing their value. And I'm trying now to show you how this looks when I complete here a line or clear a line, so to speak, and then the blocks drop down. And so what I try to do is to make shapes out of the blocks that are recognizable, or not recognizable, but there are tetrimino representations for these shapes, so that I'm not just having some dither pattern or so on. Frank says, right, I wasn't paying attention. My brain thought for a bit that a line is an uninterrupted path from left to right, but that's wrong. Yes, I mean, I think a line is, in that case, no, it's not interrupt. I mean, there must not be anything on the same line. Like here, when I click this one, then it collapses down. as in it only exists in official Tetris. Yeah, that is the thing here with official Tetris and these kinds of variants. I mean, even their random number generator and so on, or what the frequency of the blocks and so on, feels very unstandard. And if I place a block here, then it drops down. I mean, it drops up. Cool. So that was when I hit S. Apparently, yeah, the sound control is broken, which is a shame because from what I can hear, at least in the intro, it had some nice tracker music. Sure, a Tetromino and a Tetromino trademark, that's the thing, might be indistinguishable to the naked eye, but the distinction is important to some people, especially those who have attorneys. Right. So one cool thing that I can see from here, and there is not a lot of cool things that I can see, only hot things, including myself on the other monitor, and of course you there in the chat. The cool thing is that it's almost full moon from here, and I can try to take the camera. And no, this is not good. I just realized how closely the camera is connected to everything else. Bummer. You know what? I can take a photo with my phone and then hold up the phone into the webcam as professionals do, so that I can show you the full moon that I can see here through my window. Let me zoom in for you, because you won't see much more than just a blob. But yeah, I can see almost full moon, not yet full moon. But again, because everything here is blue, and oh yeah, this is my unlock pattern. Yeah, just take my finger print. Yeah, everything is blue here. It must be cool because it's blue. Moon, says Kersey. Yeah, that is also a funny thing that I've realized is that in Europe, I think we have full moon a little bit earlier than people in the United States, and later than people in Asia. Which again, of course, it makes sense when you regard the Earth as a sphere, which some, let's say, new age minded people assume that it was. Yeah, I'm just joking. But yeah, this is really something that I've realized, because my weather app had by default, I don't know, New York, and I said, but the moon is wrong. And yeah, it was due to that. Frank says, I can't see the full moon right now, it's overcast. Oh, it's overcast. And Kersey says, it's still daytime in the USA. Of course, that's the other thing, right? So you're in California right now, so this means it's around, is it daylight savings? And it's 3 in the afternoon. Because, as you know, I'm working night shifts, and this makes it that I'm the contact person for North America office, which is in Santa Monica. So it's, yeah, 3 p.m. Yes, good. Okay. This is why usually, not usually, but sometimes I get calls at 1 a.m. or sit on email threads where people say, hey, where do you want to go after work? And I say, yeah, probably to bed. Thank you, Automated Unicorn, for pushing my shop. Oh, one sneak peek for the fine people who are still watching here is I'm working on a new website. I think I've mentioned this before, and it is here in Pixel. You know my Pixel Prophecy website. The old but good one with Pixel Fill here. Probably when I make this a little bit smaller, you can see Pixel Fill here, which I kind of liked, but it was very game-centric. And I thought, yeah, Pixel Prophecy is in the meantime a little bit more than games, and I want to have everything in one place. So some of you might also know here my links. This is essentially the link tree, and I wanted to put this in a much nicer form that it's a little bit more structured and organized. So currently there is now the Pixel Prophecy /new. And this is, hi, it's me. And yes, I really separated myself there from the background just to have this fade in effect here where I slide into view. And what I started also doing is taking nice photos. So someone said, hey, these look like AI images. And I said, no, this is the reason why AI images look like it. This is because a lot of care went into grading and shooting these photos, that an AI can say, oh, high quality studio photography, and take it from there. So currently I'm working here on the watch page, and it looks like this, where I'm still trying to figure out how to make it very clear that this is a YouTube link and this is a Twitch link and this is the YouTube link to the archived streams of Twitch and so on. So again, it's more or less a layering experience, but overall I'm kind of happy with how it looks, and we still have here the category image there that we have seen there on the thumbnail. So again, I've been wrestling with CSS because it's my pastime, and yes, film motion video, that is the place for all the archived streams. So even you, Kersey, a long-time viewer probably wasn't aware of this. So this is good that I have everything now on one page, so for people to find. So if you don't know, yes, I'm archiving all my streams, and I'm also going to archive this stream, which means clean up the audio, take out any things where I had still the background music playing, where I was already playing the game and so on, and putting in chapter marks. So this is where it goes up to Pixel Prophecies Film Motion Video. So, the typo. Yeah, the typo. Yeah, that is a Filmotino video. Yeah, Connie already said this. Yeah, thank you. It's... It reminds me a little bit where I mistyped my name on a Ludum Dare game. It's classic, but yeah, it's Filmotino. Thank you. I didn't see this, so, and I already forgot about this. So thank you, Kersey. That's Film Motion Video. The link promises Filmotino video. Indeed, yeah, I've misled you. So this is why it's still work in progress. So yeah, I'm sorry for Filmotino video not being part of the Pixel Prophecy ecosystem, world, digital universe. Yeah, anyway, Frank says, yeah, it's a mistake in the title of my first LD game. See, everyone made this. I think even George Broussard in his first game mistyped his name, and that's the version that was archived somewhere. So yeah, again, I'm still trying to figure out a nicer looking layout so that you understand what you can click, and that this takes you to the channel. And because right now, because of the thumbnails, I thought I put one or two thumbnails of, let's say, reference content underneath everything, which hopefully just redirects you to YouTube. And right now it doesn't feel like you can click this title here on top. So I want to do something about this. But anyway, it's just classic futzing around with CSS and user experience and so on. I just wanted something that looks a little bit neat and more let's say more professional than the one before. And also the idea is that I can use the header and the footer on all other Pixel Prophecy websites, and maybe even have here my featured Pixel Prophecy projects, just in case anyone new to Pixel Prophecy drops in and has no idea what this is all about, so that it's not, I'm not just the YouTuber, or not just making music or wherever you come from. So yeah, this is the variety. This is the entire reason of this webpage. Wrong camera. That's the right one. The other one wasn't connected, but OBS did not care. Frank says, luckily it could be explained away by the game itself. Kirsty said, a new Phil we never knew before. Indeed, Filmotino. And Frank says, the game was Escape from SPACE, and SPAEC stood for Simulated Authentic Perspective Creation Engine. And Mr. Troy says, wait, why the big camera? Oh no, Mr. Troy, did you just drop in? Are you about to end the stream? Yes, I'm sorry. I was about to end the stream. Oh my God, is this a bad time for you? So I think you're also in Cursibu's time zone, which is California right now. So apparently you can only make it at 3. So what the hell, every time. Yes, so in your time zone, I start streaming at noon. So this means usually I stream for 3 hours, and again you made it to the very end. But I'm glad that you still caught here my icy cave lighting that was supposed to be cool. It is not. I can feel it. The window is open. It's not cool here, but yeah. You've missed me playing Command & Conquer and some bad to very bad DOS games to actually a kind of decent one. The last one was called IceBox, and it's a interesting take on Tetris, an inverted Tetris, so to speak, and it's completely different than the inverse Tetris that I came up with. So you, as always, you haven't missed a lot, just the usual banter. But I'm very, very glad that you dropped in just as I was about to end the stream. So yes, Kersey and Mr. Troy, you are California buddies, which is nice. If I ever get to California, we should go for an iced coffee or something at some point. Automated Unicorn scrolls through the list of games on sale on Steam, and yeah. Perfect. That's the other thing. If you don't know what to play, the Steam sale is currently going on, and there are so many things to play. Right after the next festival is now the summer sale, and it's as always. It is what was the meme? I'm a machine that turns 90% off to 0 hours played. That is me. So I managed to snack some games that I have never played before to complete my collection and maybe play in 10 years, like I play with Gothic. Mr. Troy says, when, never if, always when. I gotta meet up with you at GDC one of these years. That's a reason for you to go to California. If the administration changes, that's really what I'm hoping on, because from all the things that I've said publicly on my social media, I don't think I will be allowed in the country. So hopefully at some point things will get better. But I'm very much looking forward to I've been once to Santa Monica, as you know, and it was in spring, and the weather was just perfect. All the palm trees were blooming, and it was just it was wonderful. So I'm very much, fingers crossed, looking forward to brighter futures. I mean, someone said, how much is there still to steal in the US? At some point, the grifters should have everything by now, and the only thing is they're probably even too incompetent at that. Just look at the funny thing is, okay, now I'm getting political, but what I find so I mean, this is not even satire anymore, because you cannot introduce a character that says drain the swamp and then literally produces a swamp and tries to arrest people for reporting on it. This is what we call in writing a bit too much on the nose. No one's gonna believe this. So yeah, I'm not a strong believer in subtext, because this is reality. Anyway, let's end on a more hopeful and uplifting note. And Mr. Troy, maybe I can also interest you in the game engine white papers. If you know the game engine black books from Fabian Sanglar on Wolfenstein and Doom, and a guy named Buzz Smits has written one on Commander Keen. And what I find again so interesting is that because the other books are on GitHub and set in LaTeX, he copied, or at least, well, not copied, but essentially just took the layout there, and the books look like they part of the exact same series, but it's from a complete person. So I've never heard of those, but wow, okay, Commander Stitch, glad that you found those books, or because I think you weren't here before. So yes, you know what, let me bring you the Doom book as well. Just to bookend this stream. So these are the three books, and I think the first one, Fabian Sanglar, is I think he worked for Google and has this wonderful website. I think it's also fabiansanglar.net, where he more or less reverse engineers or just very concisely explains how things worked. And he did this with Doom and Wolfenstein. And as you can see, those books are pretty thick. Wolfenstein is not as thick as Doom. and Commander Keen is the slenderest book of them because, of course, with every new version of their engine or every new iteration, it gets more complex and complicated. And what I like about these books is it's not just, hey, this is the source code and every line is explained. No, it goes first into what was the market like. So here from the contents is, what is this IBM PC? What are the defining characteristics? How did the RAM work? What were the bottlenecks of the sound cards, or how did they work? How could you address RAM? And so on and so forth. So again, it's very nicely done. Even here, how networking worked back in the day. So you get a pretty good picture of how things looked in the 90s. Then they go into, in this case, the next station, that is the development machines on which they developed Doom, because they only ported it to DOS. And of course then resources for all the graphics, the editors, and then we get into source code with lots of C and assembly, and really lining out all the architecture and how these systems interact with each other, and so on and so forth. Again, very well explained. And here, especially with Doom, how these 3D things worked, and so on and so forth, even down to lighting and so on. So it's a great book. And also when you want to make games, and even if it's just 2D games, this is why I was very much looking forward to the white papers for Commander Keen. How would you make a 2D game in DOS? And again, the smooth scrolling, that was really something that they needed to figure out. And once they figure out is, yeah, you do not refresh the entire screen. You change the memory address where the EGA controller is looking for, and only update once the player moved like 8 tiles into a certain direction. And then you have the timings of the CRT and so on. Again, it's kind of fascinating. It's completely outdated nowadays, but I always enjoy reading about a time when you could program very close to the metal, and I feel like I understand like 60 to 70% of it. And this is dangerous because it gives me ideas for things like, what did I do last time? This event system for Game Maker, where I feel like maybe I'm cherry picking things that I've heard of and maybe trying to work them in. And some of you, I've said it before, know that I tried to make a DOS game last year with Turbo Pascal or Free Pascal, and ran into many of these memory segmentation problems. And now I know what the problems were. No idea how I could do this with Pascal, but at least I know that I was a little bit too deep. Right. Mr. Troy says, yay, C. Right. Yeah, it's a very legible code, I really have to say. I'll leave my comments for Discord because it's late for you. Okay, thank you, because yeah, I'm about to wrap up, but I just, I'm passionate about these kinds of things, and I can't shut up about them. So hope you found something out. And yeah, then I will look into Discord, and darn, I thought that would work. The Discord. Yeah, the thing with the Discord is, because it's not public, it's only for the supporters right now, because I don't have capacity to do administration and wield the big old ban hammer and that sort of thing. So this is why Discord is not working. The Discord command, it just says, well, it's for invite only. This I could have the automated unicorn say. But are you on my Discord? I think if not, I can send you an invitation, because you cool. So, right. If you can whisper me your Discord username, if I don't have you already, then I will just invite you to the Pixel Prophecy Discord if you aren't part of the Discord already. See, this is how well I know my way around my own Discord, because I'm really sorry that I've been treating it not too frequently, or not dropping by too frequently. I read pretty much everything that happens, but usually it arrives at a bad time where I'm just queuing up somewhere, or just I'm reading it and will probably reply later, but I've seen it, and then a week goes by or two and I still haven't replied. So this, again, I'm very sorry for not being too active on my Discord, but I very much enjoy everyone sharing their things there and stuff. So cool. Right. Okay, I'm in there. Good. And Frank also does the thing, so you get to hang out with me in there. That's cool. Let's do it. Let's do it like that. Wonderful. Alrighty then. It's despite, like I said, despite the blue light and the many ice cubes that are still clinking. What's the sound? They don't make the sound anymore in my glass. So that means it's good night time for me. Next week will be a stream on Sunday, so that is 8 days from now. Frank says, I'm same often. There's still a few emails I need to reply to. Yeah, oh God, I have a to-do list. And the worst thing is, once I have it on my to-do list, my brain says, oh, it's already done because it's on the list. I have to-dos in there that still pertain. I think one still says something about my master's thesis, which I never did and probably never will, because this is already done. But I mean, the list is probably as old as your Firefox profile. Update to-do list. That's the thing. That's a recurring task. Alrighty then. Thank you, everyone. As always, it was a pleasure. I hope the cool games that we played, I mean, you saw some white pixels that were supposed to be snow, so hopefully that did help. And in any case, again, thank you. Have a wonderful week. I appreciate everyone for dropping by, especially in this time of day /year/ society problems. Anyway, I really do appreciate every and each one of you. I say thank you, and yeah, see you next week. Bye-bye.